What we do here is go back.
Alright, what's up guys? So we got your sorry. What's up guys? So we got us today the Skull Stencil number 2. We're going to go ahead and open this up. I'm going to show you how it comes. We're going to go through a quick little demo. But first we're going to open it, see what comes in here, show you how it comes, and yeah. So anyway, let's open it up and see what's in here. Alright, so the stencils come in a nice plastic package, and it's meant to be reused. So you could peel back this adhesive here, pull out your stencils, and then you could easily put this aside to have ready for the next, when you're done, you could put them away and have them ready for the next time you need them. It's very nice to have a place to put them. So in this kit, you get 3 different skulls, and you get a center skull, a right skull, a left skull, and then you get a texturizer, detailer, curve, cracker, a little bit of everything here. So this stencil here is kind of based off of the popularity and the feedback I've gotten off of the Skull Stencil number 1. Obviously, you guys like making skulls. I like making skulls. Customers like skulls. So we've based this stencil on just creating just some nice skulls that you could probably reuse. And having a left, a right, and a center it makes it really easy. And then we also took feedback. A lot of people wanted kind of more lines and more defined areas of construction for their skulls. So they didn't want to have to freehand in the teeth and stuff like that. So if you're not very good with that kind of stuff, this stencil here will save you a lot of that trouble, right? These here. And then used along with that, a lot of people really liked the texture off of the Skull Stencil number 1, but they wanted it, a little bit more detailed, a little bit more versatile. So we've got a nice texture kind of set right here in the middle. And then we've also kind of like the Rip Torn stencil, right? We also have a nice Rip Torn edge going all the way around, which will help create cracks and differentiations in the skull. And then you also get a nice curving set here, all in one little kit. And this is again for just hitting all those edges and getting it all nice and detailed in. But we're gonna go ahead, set this up and give you guys a quick demo. Oh, before I forget, all our stencils are 6mm thick Mylar on one side, right? So it's all nice plastic. It's not gonna rip or break. It should last you a lifetime as long as you take care of it. And on the other side, it's a nice paper side, and a lot of people ask about why it's paper. And so the paper is semi-absorbent, right? So when you're working with like reduced paints, such as we are today, you use a lot of this 4011 reducer, or maybe you're working with urethanes and you have your paint really reduced. Having that paper side kind of helps absorb some of that reduction. So as you're spraying, you don't get a wet buildup on the edge of your stencil, and and uninherently get a smudge on your surface. So this kind of helps to mitigate that, and that's why we've gone with a paper backing or a paper fronting, however you want to look at it, on the Mylar. So it kind of has 2 sides, so you use the sides you use that you like. And yeah, so anyway, let's set up a little canvas here, and we'll give you guys a quick little demo of how this works. So I'll get this bad boy set up. What's up, Stephen Ward? How's it going, man? Just looking back over on the chat. All right, let's get this bad boy in here. There you go. And we'll go ahead and get started. So this, these are pretty self-explanatory too when it comes to the main skulls, but there is a lot of ways you could add variations. So a lot of people wanted the jaws, right? So a lot of people on the first one were asking if, they could have some skulls with some jaws. So I was like, yeah, we could definitely do that. But also why I've included 3 is so that you can layer them. So if you're doing a design, and we'll do that here, I'll just get a couple pieces of little tape here. All right, we're just gonna roll some tape up. We'll just stick this guy right in the middle right there, bang. Take another little roll. Use that one on this guy. And so what we're gonna do is layer these guys in, so one will be over the other. And for today's exercise, like all these other exercises for the stencils, we're just going to use black and gray just to keep it kind of simple today. Right, so then you could stick 3 of them on at a time so you could layer them. So a lot of people on the first one, I showed how you could layer it using the skull shield, and it kind of works. This one you could completely layer them since they're separate pieces. You could completely layer them, so it's not a big, that's a big plus of having them separately. So again, I'm just going to get some gray here, and I believe gray is this one. Oh, might want to get some air plugged in. Go. There you go. Okay. Now we can get in with some gray here. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to kind of hit those lines on these outside ones, and I'm going to hit that outer edge. Nothing too wild. I'll do the same thing with this guy. And get that outside edge right there. Boom. Then we're just going to hit a little bit of black. In here. There we go. So I'm just going to hit this little edge here inside the mouth, anywhere I just need it to be a little darker. Just hit right there, maybe this inside edge of the nose. I'm not too worried about hitting all the lines with black because the gray is strong enough to project it onto the canvas. We don't need to really reinforce that so much. You see, I could just hit those areas while we have the stencil on there before we remove it. Yeah. Nothing too crazy. Right, then we can take these guys off, and then we'll have our transfers of our skulls left over. What's up, Stephen Leahy? What's up, sir? How's it going? I'm doing good, Stephen Ward. How are you doing? What's up, Mr. Fings? How's it going? What's up, Thomas Thompson? And Rob Perry retracted his message. So there you go. Oh, and actually, look, you see, I forgot the gray over here on the back side of this skull. There we go. So let's put this guy right up in there. And we can hit that outside edge. Bam. Right, and now we can hit the shading on this inside one. Boom. And I really just like to get all this like preemptive shading right out of the way, just kind of getting it on there. Make sure to get all our lines hit. Get these inside areas right here with the gray. Again, and I'm just trying to be quick for demonstration's sake. I'm not trying to take all day. But again, if you wanted to do a little more detail and stuff, you could always do so. But we're still going to execute the magic weapon over here, which will save us so much time. All we have to have is a good little layout, and then we'll be able to just knock it out the park. Alright, so we'll get those guys. We'll hit a nice close edge with the black here, just to throw that other stuff back. Bam. And we can pull this guy off. There you go. We have our skull transfers. Right, so now you have 3 different skulls. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Just a little crazy, but nothing too crazy, you know? You don't want to get too crazy. You just want a little, just enough crazy. Just a little sprinkle of crazy. So now, right, now we have our skulls laid out. Now we could bring in our curve, right? So we have this, and you can lay this in on little edges here and use it to kind of just, you know, wherever you see you need to hit. And some of these are kind of matched up into areas. Right, and we do that along with a little bit of freehand. Maybe you throw in that, you see that texture stencil? Boom. And you just work it in lightly, right? You don't have to overdo it. Right, bring some shading around that texture there. Bam. Now I'll bring you guys in closer so you can see. And that's pretty good. The focus just right. There you go. And so you can see I'm just starting to work it in there. Bring in some here. And I try to create just enough little bit of variation in the texture there so you can kind of play with it a little bit. But it's just a great way of just creating those nice effects. We'll come in with our curved part here. Lay in some shading. Texture. And the cool thing is because you've already kind of laid out all those lines, all you got to do is match up your little curve set with the lines. Lay some texture in. And shading. Boom. Then I try to include some of these little pieces here, so if you want to kind of get in there with the teeth here, you have a nice, see this point. And go in there. You could easily just create some nice little cool skulls pretty easily using this kit. And sometimes when you need to create a lot of skulls, this could be super handy. So you want to create a lot of nice skulls. Yeah. And you just go in with the black, reinforce that. What's up, Fred Ortiz? How's it going? What's up, Andre? How's it going? And just, you know, just a little bit of black goes a long way, so you just kind of hit those little edges nice and close, right? You don't have to do too much with this. So you can, all from there is just kind of how much time you want to spend detailing it out. So then we could kind of shift focus onto the bottom guy over here. Right, we'll get this guy over here kind of in there, and then we'll focus on the meat and potatoes. You know, make sure we're getting the meat and potatoes down in there. Oh, and then, yeah, we still haven't used this. So the rip torn edge, right? So, hold on. First, let me lay in some shading here. Look at this edge in here. Bam. Now say we want to lay a crack in, right? Like going across. You're not very good at laying in cracks. You can kind of just follow this edge here. Bam. Right, now we've kind of created the edge there. You can kind of go back, maybe reinforce it, create some little lines coming off. But just having that like the separate edge there will go a long way, and then you just kind of lay in some texture. Boom. Lay a little bit of shading in. And just keep working your way down. Working our way downtown. And there you can see it's kind of starting to come together. There's some texture in here. Again, we have our little teeth here. Shading our little jaw there. This one has the jaw. And yeah, I mean, it's all a matter of just playing with the stencil at that point. But it makes it super easy just having all these little curves and having the texture just nice and ready. So you can just lay it in. And you just accent it with a little freehand. There you go. And again, we just come in with the black, reinforce it a little bit. A little bit of black can go a long way. It's a very overpowering color, so you don't have to do too much. But all you do is just come in, and you just hit that little edge right there, and bring it back. Do a little freehand work right up in there. Bam. And just soften up some edges somewhere sometimes, or maybe just, you know, darken what you've already done. And you just throw it back there. Nice little skull guy back there. The meat and potatoes, Steve. You know about the meat and potatoes. The meat and taters. And then we can focus in our middle guy here. And pretty much the same process. Say again, we want to make him a crack over on this side. We can just come in, bam. We can kind of repeat it over on this side. Wasa. And then we could put one kind of going across. Maybe we'll combine two of these. So we'll give him one there. Maybe one like that. And then we just come back in here. We'll give it a little bit of a line. Maybe put some cracks going off. Boom. Then we can kind of just shade them in. Now also, if you want to get these shades and you want, say you're not very good with this, or you just want it to be a little bit more precise, the other thing you could do too is like just spray this onto a regular piece of paper, right? Get a transfer onto a piece of paper of your design, like your center one here, right? And then you could just cut out the area that you're trying to shade, and you'll have your nice stencil, right? You could create a stencil of the stencil using the stencil. Create a stencil of the stencil using the stencil. And this, like I showed it in the last video where I kind of used it to create a stencil of the edge of the chain. Same process would be for that. So again, I just pepper in a little bit of texture, and it's good to move it around. Make sure you use various edges. And then just come back in, we add some shading onto it. Could you send this set to London? Yes, we ship pretty much everywhere right now. Hog head, cheese, and crackers with hot sauce. Oh my gosh. That sounds good. What's up, Airspace? How's it going? Well, I mean, W. Leon Kennedy, how's it going? W. Leon Artistry, what was it? I forget the YouTube name previously. But how's it going, man? So there you go. You could just lay this texture right up in there. You know, simple stuff. Kind of lay it in there. And like I've said, this actual texture piece that comes with this stencil set, I actually have like 3 of them in my stencil box. Not 3 of the skull sets, right? Like I have 1 of these skull sets in my skulls, and I use them a lot for like shirts and stuff. When people are like, I just want a skull with my name or something, I use one of these, and then I add their name and whatever. But these, I have 3 of these in my stencil box. because of this and the Riptorn set and the curve being all in one. Like when I'm working and I need a tool to just knock something out, texture or whatever it is real quick, I'll grab one of these first and be like, can I do this? Oh yeah, this will work. And boom. And I move on with what I'm doing. But so like I recently did a bar mitzvah, and I had a mini effects kit and 2 of these, and that and obviously I had like a few pre-cut stencils that were like bar mitzvah specific that they requested, but the mini effects kit and this, and that was enough to decorate all the hats. Super cool and super awesome, and they loved them. Says the artist formerly known as W. Leon Artistry is dead to me. I mean, it's your name, sort of, kind of, after all. Like, yeah. Is it weird that I don't sign my name on stuff? Everybody always, how come you didn't sign it? How come you don't sign it? Like, man. And then they get mad if I sign it Mike's brush. Which is what I want to do. It's like, I don't know. Is it weird that I feel like nobody's going to remember my name anyway, so might as well just put my website or something? Like, nobody cares who I am, bro. Just let's put the website. Maybe the website will get some views. And then if I do that, they get mad. Well, why'd you put that? You want me to get business, or you don't want me to get business? I don't know. And again, just working my way. Just pacing my way through this. And the cool thing is, because it's all kind of just outlined for you already, you just kind of got to follow along. You could obviously give it your own flair. Like if you want to add fangs to this, you could easily just add some fangs. Or, you know, you want to make it look like a grill. Or like I said, you could make a cutout. Right, maybe you could just transfer the top side, and then you can make a cutout for the bottom of the jaw, and maybe move the jaw down. You can make it look like the jaw's open. You could make a tongue sticking out. You could add smoke, fire, whatever it is, you know. But it's nothing like having a good base to be able to kind of get it in there. Nice and easy and fast. I think fast is the important part. You know, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times when I'm busy and I don't got time to be lollygagging about doing nothing. I need to be productive. So when I put a tool in my hand, it has to produce. And yeah, we've produced 3 little skulls. And by little, I mean about hand-sized skulls. And we've given them some cool details. And granted, I've just kind of, you know, breezed through it. This is not like show quality stuff. But you can definitely use that to create some cool effects on various stuff. So that's kind of the skull number 2 stencil right there. In a nutshell. The cool thing is you get this curve set too, so if you want to add some Why not? Let's just add some quick little smoke onto it. Alright, we'll put some going over here like this. Boom, maybe go some down over here. I mean, from there you can just pretty much have fun with it. And like I said, this texture part and this rip torn part for a lot of stuff, not just these skulls, but you'll end up using this for a lot of projects. Like, Bill, I sent you one of these, and if you haven't taken this out of the packaging, I recommend just having this just, wherever your paints are, and you'll be surprised how many times you take it out just to use this, or just to use this edge. So yeah, Steve, also, I'm putting out an order together for you, so don't order any stencils. I'm gonna hook you up. It takes a while to make them, especially because right now orders are coming in. But I do have a package for you, sir, in the works. So be on the lookout for that too. I did want to let you know, just so that you could have a look out. I know you travel a lot and stuff too, so before I send it, I'll make sure to get a hold of you. But there you go, guys. There's the skull stencil number 2. Quick, easy, fast way of just executing some nice, quick, easy skulls. I know a lot of us like skulls. We're the Skull Squad. You want to make money, you got to get good at skulls. There's no, yeah, I don't even know the percentage, but a lot of the work that I do, even to today, it just has skulls. People are always taking skulls. So hopefully that helps you guys out. As always, again, if you place an order for one of these, I super appreciate it. All these orders help the channel bring you guys more videos like this. Well, not like this, because this is, obviously showcasing the stencils, but more of the instructional videos. So if you enjoy those, every one of these orders kind of goes towards helping the channel produce those videos. So I appreciate all your orders. As always, now that we're done, we're going to take this, we're going to put it right back in our nice plastic container, and wouldn't you know, it'll be ready for next time. And what I'm thinking, I should actually, I'll keep that. I'll keep it secret till I'm ready to announce that. But there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys are ready for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Jesus. And we'll see you guys in the next one. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Stephen Ward, the Skull Squad, Thomas Thompson, Stephen Lakey. We had Mr. Airspace, Bill Kennedy. If you're not subscribed to Steve and Bill, make sure you go and you subscribe to them. They both put out really good content. Yeah, both really informative. They both have really good channels, so make sure you go and you sub to both Steve and Airspace there, who again just provide content for you guys so you guys can learn how to airbrush faster, which what this is all about. So make sure you go and you support them as well. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Later, everybody.
What we